Hey there, it's Mary. Okay, so I want to talk contact list today. It is really important that you have a way of keeping yourself organized so that you can utilize your power hour very, very quickly and be efficient with your time. So I'm going to walk you through the contact list two different ways, or really just show you the back office contact list and also show you how I used a contact list. You get to the one for Team Beachbody by going to Coach Online Office, and then you're going to go to News and Training. If I go too fast, just rewind me or re-listen. You're going to go over here to Coach, and you're going to go to Learn How, and you're going to come down here to where it says Contact List PDF. Click on it. This is the contact list that is provided to us by Team Beachbody. It allows you to actually, it's interactive, so you can type right in it. You can save it to your desktop and always come back to it and continue on where you left off. The contact list allows you the opportunity to put the person's name, email, phone number, any kind of comments about where you met them and what they said. Step 1, what you invited them to, what day, what time, whatever. Step 2, what are their goals? What is their why? Step 3, what program are you recommending and what day did you send it? Step 4, sending them the commitment, the enrollment instructions and expectations. And then step 5, if you walk them through the enrollment process. Contact list is great. It is very usable, and it will keep you very, very organized. I personally use Excel spreadsheets, and why? Because I love Excel and I can work very fast in Excel. I created this way back almost 3.5 years ago when I first started working the business as a coach, because I had 1 hour a day. I worked in corporate America. I had 1 hour on my lunch break, and I needed to be as efficient and productive with my time as I could. So if Excel spreadsheets scare the bejesus out of you, stop the recording now and use the contact list from the back office. If you like stuff like this, then you might find this helpful. So I have several columns. I have date column. That's the day that I put them on the contact list, their name, where they found me. Primarily, this was important if people found me on different social media platforms, because I kind of wanted to know what was working, what their email is, if I know it, what their why is, which I won't know until I get to step 2 over here, of course. So that's usually blank until I finish step 2. And then the next couple columns, F, C, O, BB lead, and R. What does that mean? F is, are they a family member? C, do I know them from church? O, do I know them from my occupation at the time I was working, and so do I know them from work? BB lead, are they a free Beachbody lead that Beachbody gave me? And R is basically all other or recreation. Do I know them from high school? Are they friends from the community? I just met them and I never knew them before, like this person from Publix, obviously. That's R. The other columns are the 5-step process. Step 1 is the invitation. When did I send that? What's the date? Their why. When did I send step 2? When did I send step 3, step 4, step 5? These columns should be dates only. Dates only. I'll explain that why in a minute. When you go to filter, you don't want text, just dates. All right, so you're going to put the dates in here based on when you actually sent out each of these steps. We'll come back to that in a minute. Column P was what programs did they already own? Because a lot of times you talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, I have P90X and Insanity and whatever. For example, this lady, Jane Doe, in my example, she owned already P90X and PIO, and I was actually talking to her about 21 Day Fix. So let's say she doesn't own that yet, right? So you would just have P90X and PIO. And then the follow-ups I'll talk to you about in a minute. So basically, let me tell you how Jane Doe worked. On 2/1, I met Jane Doe at Publix. I came home, I put her on my contact list. The current date was 2/1. Her name is Jane Doe. I met her at Publix. She did give me her email, so I put it in here. This is an example, obviously not a real person. I didn't know her why until later that day, but I'll explain to you why I put the why in there. Again, I knew her from, she's an R for me for recreation or anything outside of the other categories. I did send her an invite on 2/1. I had talked to her briefly at the grocery store, and then when I came home, I sent her an email that just basically said it was nice to meet you, as discussed, I'm a health and fitness coach, and I would love to invite you to a free clean eating group that I have that's starting next week. It's free. There's a free menu, free grocery list, and let me know if this is something that you would like to join. She messaged back, said, yes, I would love to do that. Same exact day I sent her step 2. Great, I'd love to add you to the group. But first, let me get to know a little bit about you. What are your current fitness goals, and why do you want to reach those goals? How will reaching them make you feel? And what's your nutrition on a scale of 1 to 10? That's generally my why. Messaging. She messaged me back the very next day on 2/2 and told me her goals, told me her why. I actually ran over here and she sent me 4 paragraphs about her why. So I decided to condense it down to 1 or 2 sentences here. So I didn't have to reread all those paragraphs every time I needed to go back and see her why. Her why is to have more energy to play with her grandkids. Then on 2/2 that day, she sent me that information on her goals and why. I sent her step 3, information about the clean eating group, and then reconfirmed, that she wanted to join. And she didn't respond back confirming that she wanted to join the group. So 2 days later on 2/4, I wanted to follow up with her. So I went ahead and followed up with her and said, hey, just following back up, you sounded, did you have any questions about the clean eating group that I can answer for you before I put you in? And so I put the date here in this column so that I could see that I followed up with her. 2 days later, I still had not heard back from her. So when I wanted to follow up with her again on 2/6, I went back to look at her why. And I was like, yeah, she really, really sounded serious, like she wanted more energy to play with her grandkids. So in this message over here on 2/6, I basically said, hey, just following up with you one more time. I'm closing registration for my clean eating group. And you sounded really serious about wanting to gain more energy to play with your grandkids. And I just think this group would be a great start for you. Let me know today if you'd like to join us, and I will get you added right in. So you see how having this right here made it really helpful for me not to have to go back and read 3 paragraphs about her why. So that is how I use that. The rest of these folks, let's say these were blank. Okay, these are all blank. These aren't here. So I'm actually going to take those out of there too. I just met these 3 people at church on 2/5, Donna, Joe, and Sue. And I haven't had a chance to send them any kind of invitation or connect with them, but I did have good conversations with them at church. So I came home and put them on my contact list because I didn't want to put them on a sticky note and I didn't want to forget to message them. So I put them on my contact list really quick. So now here we are on 2/6, and I want to reach out to them and reconnect with them, and then possibly invite them to my upcoming challenge group. So on 2/6, I send I'm going to send them messages. But here's the way I like to use this contact list to make it easy for me. So I have message templates, step 1 message templates. I have message templates for all of these, but I have step 1 message templates that are kind of geared towards different types of people. I have a step 1 message template for people that I know from church. So in order to make this really efficient for me, I can take and filter this whole entire spreadsheet by just the people in my C column, my church column. So I highlight the whole row. You have to highlight the whole row, you click over here. See how it highlighted the whole row? If you just click in one cell, you're not highlighting the whole row. You have to highlight the whole row. You go up here to filter, click on the filter, and now you have all these arrows, okay? So then you just go back and you go to the C column, your church friends column. You click on the arrow and you come down here and you unselect all, and you just select the X's for that column. So now I'm just looking at those people that I know from church, okay? Now, I want to send all 3 of these people a message that says, hey, wasn't the message great last weekend from Pastor Randy? It was great to talk to you in church. As you know, I'm a health and fitness coach, and I'd love to talk to you about, what's your current fitness program? What's your current workout program? Something to reconnect with them. So I'm going to do that, and it's 2/6. So I've done that for all of these people, and I was able to literally paste, tweak, and modify the message slightly if I wanted to for all 3 of these people and send them out very efficiently. Pop the date in here because I sent them on 2/6, and off they went. Now let's say I have a message template for old friends from high school. Let me unfilter this column by selecting all, and let me filter my R column. Now, everyone in R aren't friends from high school, but when I first did this and put all my friends from Facebook on here, a lot of people in the R column were friends from high school. High school was 25 years ago, by the way, 30 almost by now. But anyway, so now I've got all these people in the R column that I need to reach out to. Mark Smith still hasn't, I have not connected with him and talk to and reconnect with. So I can do the exact same thing here. Go and grab my message template that I created for my friends for high school, paste it into an email or a Facebook private message, modify it slightly for Mark, and send it. Off it went. So now it's 2/6 and I did that. And let's just say there were 4 or 5 other people on here that I haven't talked to or connected with yet from high school. I could do that very efficiently. Paste, modify, send, paste, modify, send, and go right down the list, 2/6, 2/6, 2/6. So hopefully you can see why I like using the Excel spreadsheet and how efficient it made me with sending out invitation messages or connecting with these people, these friends of mine that I know. The other way I like to use the spreadsheet is for my follow-up. So let me try not to make this too complicated. Don't worry about those colors over there. So you have to do this exercise, and I'm getting ready to show you, for all of the columns. You start with the first follow-up column, column Q, and you're going, let's say today is 2/6. You're going to filter this column Q by 2/4 because I want to follow up today on 2/6 everyone that I haven't heard from yet from 2/4. So you take and you filter and you click on this arrow. It's going to tell you February. You click on it again and you just choose the 4th. Now it's hard to see because I only have this one example, but basically anyone that had 2/4 in this column would show up. Now I know I need to follow up with Jane Doe, so I'm going to send whatever my follow-up message is to her, blah, 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 just checking back, just like I told you, and I'm going to document 2/6 in this column. I followed up with her. And I'm going to do it for everybody else who's listed here with 2/4. Then you're going to unfilter and bring everybody back on, and then you're going to do the same thing with column R. Filter it by 2/4. It's not going to have 2/4 because there's nobody in there with 2/4, but you're going to see if there is. If there was, you're going to follow up with all those people and you're going to put 2/6 in column S. Then you're going to unfilter and then you're going to come over here to column S and you're going to filter this entire column by 2/4 and you're going to follow up with all those people and then you're going to put 2/6s in column T for those people and so on down the line and do your follow-ups. Rewind that a couple times if I went too fast. The bottom line is it's a great way for you to know when was the last time I talked to that person and what did I say and where are we in the process, and here's the follow-up date over here. Remembering that the meat of your conversation is not on the spreadsheet. The meat of your conversation is over here, either in Gmail or in Facebook private messaging. So let me show you really quick what I do. I have a folder called 00 customer emails. 00 customer emails is 00 because I want it to filter to the top in an alphabetical list. I need 00 so I don't have to scroll to the bottom every single time I'm trying to find it. These are folders I use every single day, so I have that up there like that. So for example, here is some messaging between me and a lovely lady named Karen. I always reply, I always BCC myself on any response I have to a customer, blind carbon copy, so that I can keep the whole conversation thread in a folder and I know where we started, where we left off. Okay, so you can see with Karen, this has been several days and we're going back and forth and we're talking about her why and her goals, etc. When I'm ready to follow up with her, I would reply, BCC myself, and then I would turn around and save that new email with my follow-up back into the customer emails folder. That's how I do it. I do the same thing with Facebook. It's the same concept. If you're sending a private message, you would go to, let's say, for example, it was between me and this gentleman named Timothy. Now, I wish him a happy birthday, but let's say I was talking to him about a program and getting started, and I could still see the whole thread here, just like on email, of where we started and where we left off, okay? So bottom line is you can use whatever works best for you. You can use this beautiful contact list from the back office. You can use the Excel spreadsheet that I use. You can make up your own stuff, or you can use paper and pencil. The most important thing is you have a system that works for you, that allows you to know who have you talked to, who do you need to follow up with, and who do you know that you still need to talk to that's on your contact list. This will allow you the opportunity to be so efficient during your power hour that it won't take you all day to get something done. You won't surf the news feed and get lost. You will be uber focused, laser focused, and efficient with your time. So I hope that this little tutorial helped. If you have any questions about how to use contact list or need help with, I can't give you an Excel tutorial. Please Google that or YouTube search that, because there's plenty of stuff out there. I'm not saying that you should try to learn something that you don't know. You're better off using something like this contact list here and keeping it simple. But if you already know Excel, you might want to create a spreadsheet like I used. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions that I can help you with, let me know. Have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.